I know what you're thinking. And yes, wonderfully fancy room. Good job for noticing. As you probably guessed, not mine. This is one of the rehearsal rooms at my uni, hence the drum kit just hiding behind me. I'm doing this in the rehearsal room because it's like 9 o'clock already, and I've got neighbours and housemates and everything, so not a good idea to be playing music out loud. But I thought I'd use the opportunity to show you through what sort of stuff I use as part of my live playing rig. Firstly and most importantly, and I'd say most importantly as if I wouldn't forget about them if I put them first, my in-ears. Fruit Punch, we do all our stuff off wedges, because I'm the only person with actual in-ears, but these are custom moulded ones through ACS Customs, got the moulds done at Boots, and yeah, so this is like what the inside of my ears looks like. If you can see the little nubbins there. But yeah, stop me going deaf. Quite important working in music to not go deaf, so remember your in-ears. This bad boy right here. Ooh. This bad boy right here. He's this bad boy right here. He is an ESP Limited Stream 204. He used to belong to one of our lecturers, and it ended up that Joseph, our drummer for Fruit Punch, bought him, kind of beat me in the race to it. We then, very shortly after, played a gig for Fruit Punch, so we didn't really have time to do a full system setup. Because he used to belong to one of our lecturer used him for the lowest 4 strings on a 5 string, so he had BEAD strings, not EADG as you'd normally get. So, because I'd learned a ton of our riffs in drop D rather than transferring that across to a B string, I played that show with the strings as BDAD. So henceforth, this bass has forever been known as a daddy bass, or father if you're a bit of a prude. Plugged into daddy is this bad boy. It's an X5U2 wireless system, so it's just like a jack output. Plug that in, plug the other end into my tuner pedal, which is just a Korg tuner pedal, and then that plugs into that bad boy. This bad boy. This is an orange Crush Bass 100, which I think just means it's the 100-watt version of the Crush Bass. But yeah, this is where we get the signature Fruit Punch bass sound from. Like I said, I don't use any other pedals, it's just a tuner pedal to make sure I'm in tune, which is the amount of retunes we have to do in a show. That's quite important. Just play with the knobs up top, which I'll show you in a second. So yeah, I definitely managed to do something right first time when I took this photo, rather than having to just go back and do it in my kitchen. Here I have the amp set to the Fruit Punch sound. I'm not too sure if there was any thought process going into making this sound. I just played through the songs and then Sam, our guitarist, fiddled with the amp until we got it sounding how we wanted. Just to run over the amp, like I said, it's an orange Crush Bass 100. It has a 3-band EQ with a frequency dial that selects the frequency that the middle will be cutting or boosting. On the right of that you have the blend and the gain. As it's a British gain, the distortion is obviously going to be really sexy. The blend combines the clean tone and the distorted tone and gives a really nice sound if you get it just right. Below that we have the tuner, which I usually leave on just for the sake of it. When I'm actually tuning though, I'll use my pedal tuner because that will cut rather than the amp, which won't, and then I don't have to be tuning to the whole audience. Lastly, on the left here we have a balanced out, so when I'm playing live or recording the amp as I was here, I can just run an XLR from the amp and that sorts the front of house sound. My interface didn't like getting any sort of distorted signal through this output, so for most of what I've recorded I had to cut the gain or just lower it quite a bit. At the end I've got a quite heavy gain sound, so I have kept the camera audio and I'll keep those mixed rather than just a very crunchy DI sound. Anyway, yeah, enough of the boring stuff, back to me in the studio. well, the rehearsal room, but that doesn't sound as cool. So yeah, I'm just going to use this opportunity to rehearse for our upcoming show on the 29th of February. It's just like a uni thing, so it's not like a full set, but I need to refresh myself on things. I'm going to record, there's a balanced out, so I've just got that plugged into my laptop. You'll hear some of that audio, but the settings I've got now are the Fruit Punch settings, so that's how we had it when we did our headline show at the Railway a few weeks ago. And yeah, I was playing a bit ago as a warm-up and I've literally lost my pick in that time, so go me. So yeah, that was kind of the Fruit Punch sound. So that's how it's going to be for the next gig, that's how it was for the last gig, that's just how our bass sounds. I've just set everything to flat for now, and that's just going to be just to show how the amp sounds when everything's flat and just clean sound. So yeah, that was a song called Disciple. That one, we've only played it a couple times, but it goes down really well with the crowd. I've now set the amp to have some gain. Probably going to have to use some of the camera audio for this because it seems to cook my interface when I put any gain on the DI. So fingers crossed this sounds alright. Who knows, you might not be seeing this in the end, so whatever happens, happens. Yeah, for those of you who know or like Fruit Punch, those are some of our bass lines. Come to the railway on the 29th. See you there. It's free as well, so no reason not to. Unless there's a storm again, we tend to do that a lot. Just play a show when there's a storm. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed seeing what my live rig looks like. And yeah, see you in a bit.